Mhm. Hi, welcome to North of 48. It is 1,039 days since the illegal Russian invasion into Ukraine. Merry Christmas. It's December 27th. Did you know that U.S. congressmen have unlimited sick days? It's true. And the big news, of course, everybody's talking about it, is Donald Trump Jr.'s girlfriend is the ambassador of Greece. So she goes to Greece, a country that she said some spiteful words about in the past. Must be nice to have daddy get your girlfriend out of the country so you can pursue another girlfriend. Just saying. She comes with a set of instructions not to put her in water or feed her after midnight, for some reason. And of course, the American healthcare system is glad that they have a popular TV series that will show you how to have healthcare. Uh, this guy here is now in custody, and he's been transitioned to New York, and he's awaiting trial. The funniest thing, though, about is like this picture here, I wanted to point out, was that the police said he was a light-skinned man, which also makes me a person of color then too. Um, Growing up as a person of color early in my childhood, if you threw me in a snowbank and I wasn't wearing a red scarf, you couldn't find me. So, but
Aw.
aw. And a McDonald's employee, not this one, was rumored to have snitched on him, and the police apprehended him at a McDonald's. It was either a McDonald's employee or a boomer. Sorry, I put in boomer, and that's what came out. Burger King also came out with a tweet saying we don't snitch, and so that was pretty funny. Let me bring in Jim Earl. Jim, how are you, my friend? How you doing?
I'm hello, everybody.
Hello, hey. It's end of the year. Anything goes with Jim Earl special. It's very
Sounds
special.
great. That sounds great. Hey,
Yeah.
it's an honor to be welcomed into your darkened film noir lit room
I
with
like Swedish films.
exagger ex
Film noir.
exaggerated perspective and vanishing points.
Can't do better than this, Jim. Not at this stage of the game.
And
Um,
I like the way the perspective converges right between the top of your lip and the bottom of your nose.
I will keep my lips closed.
It's very biblical. It's very
What
Christian.
did you do anything special for Christmas Eve, Jim?
Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
Well, yes, I did. I spent it with my beloved spouse, Martha Pravite,
right on.
and our children.
Martha's, yes, I seen the picture. I don't have it handy, but it was a nice picture of you and your koalas.
Hmm.
I, I have to say. I likewise did the same. So I brought out the phonograph from one of the rooms, record player for you younger people. Hooked it up to my 1978 Techniques stereo, which is still fabulous. It's a fabulous piece of work. And I put on Arlo Guthrie's Alice's Restaurant, and we proceeded to make out for about 17 minutes and 22 seconds. I had to stop there because my lips were chapped. I couldn't hear the last verse of that song. So
So, well, not when you're tonguing Arlo Guthrie. What were you doing that for?
then we watched Dancing with the Stars like you usually do, right? So on
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
Eve. Actually, we watched the Netflix special, The Black Swan, with somebody who's famous, and I forget her. And it was a bit of a waste of time, but oh well, what are you going to do? I usually watch It's a Wonderful Life. Anything to give you hope going into the new year, I guess, right?
I think we watched The Beau is Afraid
Bo is
with
afraid.
Joaquin Phoenix. And
Really?
you should, if you can, anytime, a holiday is about to happen or is happening, you should watch Beau is Afraid because it's an inspiring
Okay.
and heartwarming romp through
It's a romp.
psychosis.
Okay. Well, that is very good to know. Bo's
Beau is
what?
Afraid.
Bo is afraid. Well, Jim, you happen to put out a Christmas album. Christmas album. You put out the Clutter Family album, and this is number 2, right?
This is the first album.
Okay.
It's eponymous. And that's what it looks like on the back. All kinds
Oh,
of songs. It's got 13. It's jam-packed with entertainment. But you'd think it's good enough if it ends there, right? But
right.
wrong, Yak Breath.
There's more.
We put out another one about a year later,
Freak
and
it.
it's called Freak It. And look at that. Look at all those songs.
The world is a toilet. I
The
see
J-
that. Larry
jail
the
song.
Cable Guy.
Yep.
That could
Pancake.
be.
Brain damaged human beings. My cat is sick. My I'm a Little Dream, based on the poetry of the anthrax killer.
Really?
And yeah, I love you. I love you, Jodie Foster. Dear Jeff, My Empty Brain. It's got
I
all
love you,
sorts.
Jodie Foster. Is that a love song by the shooter of Ronald Reagan?
It has some kind of aspects of what he felt,
Right.
or somebody similar to that.
His
We have
name
a
escapes me, but he wanted to take Jodie Foster to the prom, right? And thought shooting Reagan would.
See, that was his big mistake. He should have just settled for Sadie Hawkins, and he would have gotten what he wanted.
See.
But no, he wanted the prom. You can't, he was grasping for the stars.
He was, yes. Okay. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to play you're closest to your where can the kids get this album?
Where?
Yeah, Ron
Nowhere.
Koketel.
I think you can get them.
Is
I
it
don't know
on
about
Apple Music?
Apple Music. Yeah, Apple iTunes, Apple Music. I don't know if you can get the. I think Apple Music took over the company that did these, and I think you can still get the physical copies.
Oh, okay. But you can
Uh,
stream it on Spotify and Apple, maybe?
yeah, probably. Yeah, they're all
Maybe
on.
Amazon.
Or you can buy the whole album for 99 cents a song. It's still.
Right.
Yeah, believe you, I guarantee some of these songs are like $1.10. You know,
Yeah.
so $1.10 worth, but you'll get it for 99 cents. And that's a deal.
Hear that,
Right.
kids? Get your couch pennies out and go buy a song.
Get your coach pennies. You
Couch.
got to start talking for the 52 states down or whatever, 40 states down. I don't even care what we are anymore. What do we have? We have a couple of islands.
Yeah, and you're looking to try to get Canada in there. So
Yeah, I think it's about time you guys just faced up to the facts that it's inevitable.
well, let's have a little music by Jim Earl.
The world is a toilet, and everyone's an asshole. The world is a toilet, and everyone's an asshole. If you want to know more about me,
was nicely done, Jim.
Thank you.
It was it's got a 90s feel to it. And that's coming back, and that's Clutter Family. Freak and available from Apple Music, possibly Spotify. And that's good. So, getting back to United Healthcare, Jim.
Yeah.
I do have, oh, I got rid of it. I do have a song. I have it right here. And this guy's played at farm. I forget. Farm. It was where Willie Nelson plays. Farm Fair. Farm
Aid.
Aid. Yeah, that's it too.
Yeah.
And I thought it was poignant, so I'd like to show it.
There's an office and a building and a person and a chair, and you paid for it all, though you may be unaware. You paid for the paper, you paid for the phone, you paid for everything they need to deny you what you're owed. There ain't no you in United Health, there ain't no me in the company, there ain't no us in the private trust. There's hardly humans in humanity. Now the procedure that you're needing ain't the cost-effective route, and only 2% of people end up winning a dispute. So if you get sick, pray to God for help, cause your doctor's gotta pray to United Health. Way back in 77, Mr. Richard T. Burke started buying HMOs, putting federal grants to work, made 50 billion buckaroos. Last year the Warren Buffett of health, the Jeff Bezos of fear. Now CEOs come and go, and one just went. The ingredient you got, bake the cake you get. But if you get sick, cross your fingers for luck, cause old Richard T. Burke ain't giving a fuck. Commoditized health, monopolized fraud. Here's the doctors we own and the research we bought. They own the pharmacies and a lot of the meds. They should start buying graves to sell us when we're all dead. There ain't no you in United Health, there ain't no me in the company, there ain't no us in the private trust. There's hardly humans in humanity. There's hardly humans in humanity.
Stretching.
Oh, almost had a commercial there. Glad we didn't. He's what I want to say is it reminded me of, your memory's probably better than mine, going through like Hubert Humphrey in the late 60s, his campaign. There was all this music. Destruction was a song, Eva Destruction. There was all this music, and now we can't seem we don't get much of this music, this angst from society anymore. And I think it was a lot of the music, especially in the early 70s, late 60s, the protest songs. Smothers Brothers, right?
Yes.
Had people on. There doesn't seem to be an outlet except for maybe YouTube now. And of course, the Clutter Family is always good for anybody's angst.
It'll take away your angst and give you angst. That is our main purpose, our goal.
All right. The singer of that song is Jesse Wells, and you can find him on YouTube and other places. He's got a bunch of songs, and he also plays the harmonica like Bob Dylan does. So,
I hope he sees a physician about his throat. I think he's got some serious smoker's throat there happening.
He probably lives in Maine, about where the weather is. Maybe that's it.
It may be.
It could be. So you're do you have any thoughts on the United Healthcare and Luigi in that?
I think all hair care should be single payer or healthcare. Luigi?
Healthcare. Yeah.
I think he is the John Brown of our era.
That's been said.
If he would just be allowed to continue for a while. But no, he had to get arrested. He had to get himself, John Brown at least you know, took
He
a
got
while
himself
before he was
arrested. John
arrested.
Brown got caught too, right?
I know, but he made it hard for some people. You know, he
Yeah.
made it hard.
And at this point, it's all allegedly, right? Because it hasn't been proven in court that he did kill the CEO.
No, but I
There's
think it's
circumstantial evidence, though.
well, there's video of him. There's
Well,
ballistic,
the video of him, I would argue, doesn't show him.
but he has the gun. They have the gun and
Yeah,
the
and
bullets.
the manifesto.
Well, everybody's got a manifesto like that, so I guess, right? It's not just me and him, is it?
No, everybody carries one.
Good,
That's right.
good.
In their gym bag.
Always carry your manifesto with you, because you never know when you might need it, right? I have like a whole list of manifestos in an index, and then I have the manifestos cross-referenced in my filing cabinet at home. So
Right.
if I'm leaving to go on an errand, and I may, pass several places at once, and then I take maybe 3 or 4 manifestos with me just in case I need them.
Well, speaking of healthcare in the United States, 68,000 plus people are killed every year because they're denied healthcare.
That's right.
Cancer patients' treatment is delayed every week by an insurance corporation, and the patient's risk of death increases up to 3%.
And
And during the COVID-19 pandemic, 338,000 people were killed by the for-profit healthcare system.
and another 200,000. I don't know if that's included in that figure, but at least another 250,000 died because of anti-vaccine, anti-mask,
Right.
COVID misinformation. I
That's-
hate the word misinformation. Disinformation I like a little better, but it
I
makes
don't
it
blame
sound like that, and the word inappropriate is misused for horrible, despicable things. Like, well, racism is inappropriate. Well, there's a better word for that. There has to be a better word for that. It's
Okay.
what I'm saying. But
All right.
disinformation, it is
You-
used to kill people.
You are a wordsmith, Jim. So
What's that?
you're a wordsmith. So I could see you taking umbrage to that.
I don't know what that means. What do words? Words.
Wordsmith. Well, there was also, if you remember, now we're going back a week and a half here. Lakeland woman was charged. She ended a call to an insurance company with the words delay, deny, depose. And Brianna Boston is now in jail.
Mm.
And so
The terrorism, they call that terrorism, and I think wasn't the health insurance lobby or somebody pressured uh, incidents like this to be called terrorism, whereas
yes,
whereas when you kill tens of thousands of people en masse every year because you deny them health care, that's business, that's normalcy. But somebody like this uses a phrase and it's terrorism.
right. Yeah, no, it is because the school killers shouldn't that be terrorism then? Right,
Yes,
right.
that's
I
terrorism, and it's systemic police shootings, black people and poor people. That's terrorism. That's systemic terrorism. The cops using the word terrorism to describe protesters that's terrorism.
Terroristic, yeah. I have not heard about the guy, two people who tried to shoot the incoming president. I have not heard a thing about those two. Remember, there was one guy who shot at his ear, and then there was another guy
Mhm.
caught with a gun by a fence next to a rally.
Yeah.
And I have not heard a thing about those two.
Well, the first one's dead. He got
Yes, yes, but I mean, They were
He's not
going
going to. He's not going to the Sadie Hawkins.
put her
Oh,
family album on him. It would have stopped the bullet. Yeah.
this will stop the bullet right here. It's like rising with a bullet,
Okay.
and we'll stop it.
Okay. Well, here's the thing on Luigi going to New York.
Perp walk that Luigi do as he was extradited to New York is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Is this man El Chapo? John Gotti? Is this from a movie for the upcoming Superman? Can Luigi, does he have special ability to just fly away? And don't get me wrong, I'm no Luigi apologist. I'm not posting fan cams of Luigi on my Instagram story, but this is one of the craziest media spectacles I've ever seen. Look at the FBI agents in the front. That's Burt Macklin. It's probably because of the shackles on his ankles, but you gotta love how slow Luigi's walking. He knows where the cameras are, all right? He was made for the spotlight. I'm not saying I'm a fan of him, but he was made for the spotlight. And then in the back, we got Eric Adams, who's taking some time off from trying to get a pardon from Donald Trump. He showed up. And then we got guys all surrounding Luigi with guns as if some magical force is gonna come down and take him away. Who? Is this Lex Luthor? This, I'm speechless.
Yeah, that did you watch part of that perp walk or any
Yes.
news on it there? That was
Yeah.
just spectacular on how tone deaf the political establishment is and the rich people. And one
Yeah,
of
they're
Eric,
scared. They're scared, but you know their own security experts say they don't have anything to fear. This isn't something that they don't expect this to happen anymore. Basically, it's
well,
the police that want to explode this into full force to get more funding and more weaponry. They
right.
want everybody to be afraid of that for some strange reason.
Well, the governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, whatever, she wanted to put up a hotline for CEOs.
Yeah,
You know, are you in danger? Call this hotline. We'll send our taxpayer-funded police out because you can't afford it.
is that true? I hope a lot of people call up.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm the CEO of my my house or my newspaper route. Can I get some help, please?
I'm CEO of Walter Enterprises,
Yeah.
and I can tell you right now, I am in constant fear of my lifestyle. Uh, Neighbors don't like the way I traipse around in topless and bottomless during the holy hours.
I don't think I'd be a fan of that either, Jim. Just saying. But you do what you want in Maine.
I'm not a fan of it. I'm not backing it up. I'm not encouraging it, but I do understand it.
Walking topless and bottomless. that's a Clutter Family song, I think, somewhere. It
Well,
could
we
be.
have what naked pictures.
Yeah.
On this, or-
Oh, yeah. No, that's true. So Eric Adams in an interview said that he heard from the CEOs. He understands their pain. I'm paraphrasing, but he understands their pain. And that's why he wants this to be a show de force where he's going to, with Luigi and them. However, I think a lot of public sentiment is with Luigi. First of all, you being a pacifist, I would assume that you don't want anybody to be shot, right? I could be wrong here, but put it this way, I do not agree with violence in this way. However, the point is hit home now. Will it, do you think it'll stick? Do you think the politicians are afraid now?
I don't agree with violence. I'm anti-violent, anti-violence, anti-guns. I think they should be banned. but I do understand what happened. I understand it. You know, it's idiocy to look at events like this and so-called terror events that are committed against this country and shake your head and go, "Oh, I don't know why it happened. Why do they hate us?" When, you know, it's obvious why people hate us around the world, and in particular, some countries. It's because we terrorize them and have been terrorizing them for like a century now. And these are the results of our terror exercises and our 70 to 100 military bases around the world. And
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He's got the public's attention. They call him the hot assassin or the adjuster. And these photos here are photos the New York Times would not show because they were afraid everybody would fall in love with Luigi. It's one of my favorite ones right here.
I have not fallen in love with him, but I do understand if you want to fall in love with him.
From which is now gone away. However, Brian, the CEO fellow who died, his boss said that the healthcare system is flawed and let's fix it. And
I'm sorry, I think you have the images reversed.
oh, do I? Are they backwards? You can't
Yeah,
read them?
they are backwards. Well, I can if I take about 3 hours.
Oh, okay. You know what? Thank you very much for that. That was technical difficulty. That is because my video is mirrored, I betcha. No, well, okay. I'm just going to get rid of that. Move on. Let's just get rid of the whole thing. How about that? There we go. Is that better?
Well, now you look reversed. I don't know you anymore. Who are you? What have you done to Walter?
Give me 2 seconds. How's that, Jim?
Um, I guess it's okay. Yeah.
Okay, good.
It look-
Sorry about that. Well, that's the thing is everybody's been talking about healthcare for over 100 years, right? And it's 60 years from when airplane first flew by the Wright brothers to walking on the moon, and you're still over 100 years talking about healthcare. And Germany came out with healthcare back in the 1880s, Bismarck, because he wanted his population to be healthy in case he had to put them into the army.
Yeah.
You know, we all find reasons for that.
This country doesn't care about healthy soldiers.
No,
No. It's just going to replace them with drones and
drones.
we electric vehicles, and everyone's going to become a doughy, pupa-esque.
You know what I found though during all of this was how tone deaf the newspaper, well, the newscasts were so-called newscasts were on, and they were searching for a reason. Why would Luigi do this? Why would he do this?
Mm.
You know, and it just stunned me. There's a whole bunch of reasons. Now, however,
Yeah.
getting to a little bit of conspiracy time. He wasn't caught in the act. He did have the items on him. So yes, that's, you know, you would think that would, he's pleaded not guilty.
Mhm.
According to United Healthcare, he was never a customer. He did have a back problem with 4 staples in his back. A YouTube doctor I was looking at looked at the x-ray of the back that purportedly was Luigi, and she said the screws they put into his spine went too far and they could be impacting a nerve. And
Mm.
people with back problems, she said, some of them just really hurts and causes them. But I have to admit, the way he walks and stuff, he doesn't look like he's got a back problem, but maybe he
Yeah.
just toughed it out,
I don't know how anybody could tell when you're being led, you know,
right?
with chains around you, whether or not you
Yeah,
have a
and
back
shackles
problem.
on your feet. And so it's going to be fascinating where this goes. Do you think, so the government doesn't want healthcare, I'm going to assume, doesn't, and politicians and CEOs don't want healthcare on trial. By him saying not guilty, healthcare comes on trial now. It becomes part of the reason whether he did it for $10 million from the CEO of Blue Cross gave it to him or what, we don't know, right? But
Hmm.
we do know that it's caused an outpouring in the country, and healthcare, rightly so, should be on trial as
Yes.
well as Luigi, right?
Yeah. Well, I think probably he'll say it was self-defense or
Maybe,
justifiable homicide or
right? Or if his lawyer says he was crazy, would that not defeat what he's going for? I have no idea. But he does come from a privileged background, apparently. His family does own some senior care centers, and he probably could have had the best health care in the world, unless I'm not sure. We don't know the insides and out, right? But we do know that
Mhm.
the healthcare industry in America is going to go on trial. And
Well, it should have gone on trial in the last two elections, but we
yes,
didn't have any Democrats who were wanted to put it on trial.
hmm,
They just don't care. Just don't care. We didn't have climate change. Climate change wasn't at the forefront in the last election. Single payer, healthcare wasn't. Ending wars wasn't.
could
It,
we say the Democrats killed Brian Thompson then, the CEO of United Health, because they didn't accept Bernie's plan in 2016, though they or in 2020?
I, if they had accepted it, and I don't think he'd be dead. I
Yeah,
think he'd still be alive today.
right. I do know that United Healthcare spent a fortune on publicity to make sure that Medicare for All didn't happen, and
Mm-hmm.
that's in the trades. There's evidence to back that up, as well as from other ones. And they're the 11th biggest company in the world, and I believe the fourth biggest in the United States, fourth or fifth, something like that, like Apple and Amazon are higher. Um, well, thank you very much for this discussion on healthcare, Jim. How's the weather out there, buddy? How's the weather
You, you
in
know,
Maine?
we don't have any snow out here. Not in the
What?
not in the
What?
part where we are in Maine.
I.
Southern Maine, southern southeast Maine.
Mm-hmm.
We've have it last this winter and the winter before we managed to uh, just dodge by several inches on the map some of the worst storms and make it through okay.
Really?
Yeah, we don't have any snow on
Hmm.
the ground here anymore.
Well, we got about 2 feet. Up in northern BC, they got 4 feet. We're at 0 degrees Celsius, so what's that? 32 Fahrenheit. So you have to wear your hand socks at night. We're going down to minus 17 Celsius on Monday.
29, 29 here,
Oh, good.
low of 11,
You're
and we're
living
gonna
in
be.
God's country, Jim.
Well, you can have it.
Yeah.
I'd- All in all, I'd rather be in Southern California. Martha and I,
Yeah.
we're don't have
Well, you're
winters
just
like
a
this.
CEO or two away. So, sorry.
Hmm,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
good
Who's
idea.
the, oh, nobody puts out a list of CEOs. Um,
They have.
they have they?
What, are you about to show a graphic?
I am not now.
Oh,
No,
because
I'm
yes,
not going to go. I think
there
that would
is.
be sarcastically funny. Like, here's Jeff Bezos,
No, let's
phone,
see.
his own phone number.
I can find the list. I took a snapshot of it on the Twitter.
On the
Somebody
Twitter, you say?
somebody posted a bunch of CEO
Yes.
names and
Uh,
addresses.
yeah, on the and they were on the posts, the streetlights of New York.
Here we go.
Yeah, I had that.
David Cordani, CEO
That's
of
fine. It's fine. I don't want to get.
Cigna.
Yeah, that's
Michael
enough.
Carson, WellCare,
All right, and that's
Humana,
all the time we have.
Bruce Bassard.
Okay, okay,
What?
okay, okay,
What? You
okay.
know,
Hey, hey,
this
hey,
is
hey, hey.
public information, and
It
everybody
is.
should be allowed to see it. They
Oh
should,
yes, yes, they should.
and they
But
deserve to get feedback, don't you
but
think?
here's one thing is
Don't you
see
think they deserve to get feedback?
for sure. And
And
I
it's
would say please email them politely with please may I have some Medicare, sir?
no, no, don't beg for your
Don't
human
beg.
rights.
All right.
Be assertive, be concise, and tell them they're assholes and they are criminals and they should, you know, end their
Mhm.
companies and pay back their employees who suffer and their patients who suffer. That's
Right.
what they should do.
So here's the problem with the CEO. Part of the problem, sorry, is back in the old days when you had owners of companies, right? They would be held accountable and put to jail if they did something wrong. The CEOs now running the companies, they have so many layers of protection between them and the people who make the product or do the
Mhm.
business. They're never held accountable.
It's a cartel
Yes,
of
right.
cartels.
They can pay to get out of jail, um, or the company pays a fine that's usually less than the money that they made that year. Sort
Well,
of things.
considerably, it's a petty
It's a
fine.
racket. It's a
Yeah,
racket. You're right.
it's RICO. It's
Rico. Yes.
organized crime. It's a RICO violation, and it's against the uh, yeah, transportation of goods. It keeps people from changing jobs and
Mhm.
exchanging and selling services across state line. It's organized slavery. It's feudalism. It's slavery.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's no wonder
Oligarchy.
people would react violently to being enslaved
Mhm.
from all their adult lives. As soon as they get out of college, they're in debt. They're expected to go work, and they expect to get a job that has some kind of health care,
Mhm.
and they're enslaved to that job. They can't move from town to town freely. They can't move to state freely without risking losing this abusive relationship they've been forced into.
Mhm.
So why do people react with puzzlement when a violent act like this happens? This is exactly what inspires revolutions.
No,
People reach the end of their ropes. They're pushed into a corner.
yeah, that's a good point, Jim. Appreciate your point, Jim, especially you being an American citizen living in Maine. You're not a CEO, are you, Jim?
Well, anybody could call themselves a CEO, and
Right.
I'm a, no,
But
I'm not a CEO.
I
I
mean, this is the political system for the worker, for anybody. Everybody should have an opportunity of chance. I mean, like all things aren't equal. We don't all get a participation ribbon. But if you want to make some money and you work hard, is that a bad thing? They rig the system though. So even
yeah.
if you do work hard, you don't have health care, you don't have uh, food to eat. More people sleeping in the streets, in their cars. So do you think something's
Gee,
gonna give here?
well, I think it's untenable what's happening.
Mhm.
Something should give. I think things have started to give like a small earthquakes along a gigantic fault line, but it still hasn't gotten bad enough for everybody
Right.
to for there to be this kind of organized groundswell of participants, people who have had enough. They got nothing left to lose. That because these people aren't going to give up power voluntarily. They're not going to give up anything voluntarily. They're not
No.
going to suddenly have a change of heart. Oh, I feel, you know what? I'm wrong. Maybe we should, have the public option or the single payer and gradually move into that. Nobody's ever going to do that, and politicians aren't going to do that either. And they should expect more of this too, I would think. If I were a politician, I would think I'm not that far away in a social in the social structure than a CEO is.
Right.
So, matter of fact, I'm hoping to go work for a CEO and throw my weight around, my influence around, and get paid big bucks for that after I retire.
Fair enough. Jim?
And there we go.
Okay.
So,
So Medicare costs under 3% for administration costs. The private healthcare is up to 12% on administration costs. So, and the government especially for United Health Care, which is Medicare Part D, which is a bogus system, is from what I heard. The government gives money to United Healthcare to look after these people who are on Medicare Part D, and at 12% administration cost versus 3% at Medicare. Like, you don't need Medicare Advantage Part D. That's just crap.
yeah,
And,
the Advantage plans have ripped off Medicare to the tune of trillions of dollars
right.
over the last 10 years. And
Yeah, and actually Brian Ross was in for insider trading. Him and two other executives, the United Health, were going before the Senate. I think it was the Senate or the House Judiciary for insider trading practices, because he sold a whole bunch of stocks prior to bad news hitting the news at United Healthcare. So one thing I'll point out, though, at the time before Luigi shot, only one of them was a criminal, and that was Brian. He had a DUI a couple of years prior that he was criminally charged. And don't shoot the guy because he's got a DUI. You make amends. You got nothing, do you?
Hey, it's got nothing to do with. I mean, he's no angel,
Mhm.
but it's just disgraceful and disgusting.
The whole mess.
Most of the country knows the score with these people, and then you have virtually all of the mainstream media, and I hate using that term again, but
Yeah.
corporate media, and you have virtually all of it just sharing. Oh, this is so tragic. Oh,
Yeah.
and man, he had a child and a wife, and
I know. Now we're going to get into we're going to know everything about him and about Luigi, and it's just a shame it didn't have to come to that. I agree with you. If the system was better. Now,
they were asking for it. I'm sorry, the system is asking for that. I don't know who convinced anybody. I guess it's when you're that rich, you can convince yourself that everything you do is okay, and there's going to be no reactions to it. And I don't know what these people are thinking, that they can continue on with the system and not get any blowback like that
Mhm.
for it.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
I'm
I
amazed
think,
that it didn't. I'm amazed that it didn't happen sooner.
okay, fair enough. Whatever happens is going to happen. Are you looking forward to the new year, 2025? Any plans?
Yes.
Hey, you know what? A man your age should be thankful he's alive. Do you want to take 7 seconds and thank God while we're here?
Hail Satan, father of lies, Beelzebub, um, the guy downstairs. Uh, did I already say father of flies, king of the flies,
King of the
lord of the
Flies.
flies?
Is there anything you're looking forward to this new year, Jim?
I'm hoping to get some, maybe go to Portland,
Go to Portland.
Maine, and
Oh,
get some Ethiopian food. I think I read there's some Ethiopian restaurant there. Maybe I'll get some Ethiopian food to go.
okay. All
And
right. I'm with
maybe
you.
I'm looking forward to the possible a nasal COVID vaccine that is much more effective than the shots. And
Are you worried about the bird flu at all? Because I guess
yeah,
California is. Yeah. And
well,
they have a example now of bird flu going into a human.
65 occurrences, I believe,
Right.
in the around the
That's some
world.
scary stuff, eh? So
Yeah, it is.
we went to a Asian smorg on Christmas Eve. It's where most Jews go, though I'm not Jewish. Um, Place was packed, and I said to Michelle, I don't think we've been around this amount of people since before COVID. It was just swarming with people, and they didn't serve shawarma, so
Yeah.
but it's still uncomfortable to be in a whole big group of people since
Well, it
COVID.
should be because infections are surging again.
Right.
I mean, we just got through with almost 2.5, 3 straight months of in America of over 1,200 deaths a week uh, in this country.
Mhm.
So I don't know what everybody's thinking they're doing. You know, you got whooping cough going around. You got people. Oh, I got pneumonia. What's happening? I got a real long cold. Where'd that come from?
Yeah.
Where in the hell do you think it came from?
Yeah.
Probably
These
from
RSVs. Yeah.
multiple COVID infections, wrecking your immune system, and then you catch colds and whooping cough and measles and everything
Mhm.
else people have been avoiding getting
Right.
vaccinated for because they're stupid. They're absolutely stupid, self-destructive, nihilistic morons who don't give a crap about themselves any more than they do about anyone else innocently trying to exist around them. That's why nobody wears masks anymore indoors. You
Mhm.
have to argue with medical practitioners and assistants to please wear a mask, an N95 mask, in a doctor's office where sick people, come to get diagnosed. And so the doctor and the nurses are going, well, it's okay. I had COVID a couple months ago. Why
Right.
is that okay? You moron. You could still be contagious. It means you're more susceptible to getting it over and over and over again. And like you're protected. I got news for you. Getting COVID does not protect you. It wears down your immune system. You get it again, you get it again and again and again and again, you're screwed. And you're going to get long COVID and possible brain damage and pulmonary problems. And it affects virtually every cell in your body. So why are people pretending it's not around anymore? A few days ago, we were up to over 167,000 infections a freaking day.
Mhm.
Why? Nobody cares.
Well, now that you have Mr. Kennedy in charge there, don't you think things will be better? Because he has some solutions.
Our only hope is he gets, measles, whooping cough, and COVID at the same time, and we get to laugh at his predicament.
Well, maybe he'll say, go clean your chakras or something like that.
Maybe he'll eat a bear's head on the way home, and
You're a mean man.
get bear measles.
Bear measles. Sorry, I was just looking at, so
Uh-oh, you're frozen.
that come from the Clutter family murders? Is
What?
that where you got the name? The band Clutter family?
What murders?
Well, they were cold-blooded murders on a farm.
Wait a minute.
The Clutter family.
You're telling me that there was a Clutter family that were
Yes.
murdered on a farm?
Yes, I am.
Oh, jeez. Well, thank goodness we didn't end up naming the band. Insert worse name here. I used to have a bit doing that. We do that over and over and over again on Feldman's show. Well, thank goodness I didn't name it this.
What's a good song to end this with off the Clutter family? Do you?
Oh, well, you want kind of a cheery song about pancakes?
Okay, I don't have that one.
Well, it's on the second album.
Yeah, I don't have the second album handy. How about I Love You, Jodie Foster? How's that?
Oh, that's a good. Yeah, it's got some nice.
And what made you come up with that song?
Well, a friend of mine wrote the lyrics and an earlier version of the song years and years ago when this actually happened. Basically, it's just most of the songs we've written and performed and recorded are about kind of illnesses, psychological disturbances, elder abuse, and sick animals.
Are we going to have a Luigi song in the future?
I don't know. It's hard to rhyme with. What do you rhyme with Luigi? Squeegee? Nice and nice and peasy? What?
Moida? What Moida?
Moida? This was no accident. It was Moida.
That's right. Okay, we'll play this and we'll see how this is. This is I Love You, Jodie Foster by the Clutter family.
You're gonna be so proud of me. I'm gonna make some big history. When I get him in my sights, when I get him dead to rights, the whole world's eyes are gonna be on me. You know my face, you know my name. You know my letters weren't just a game. You know that I was no imposter when I said I love you, Jodie Foster. If it takes the death of one stupid old man to make you finally understand, and though I may go down in stormy land, I will live forever in your head. You think about me every day, regret you made it in this world.
So, and you can't make so if you rhyme Jodie Foster with Jodie Foster,
Mhm.
why can't you could rhyme something with Luigi then?
I love you, Luigi. I love you, Luigi. Luigi,
Thank you.
Luigi.
Jim, all the
Uh,
best for you in 2025, you and Martha.
Thank
Uh,
you.
you're
Martha,
welcome.
Martha, Martha says hello
Hi,
uh,
Martha.
from
Aw.
the past.
Oh, I see. Well, she's in your presence, so that's all that matters. And
Absolutely.
okay, I'm gonna thank you again. So I'll just close out the show there, buddy.
Okay.
All right. So I had a thought, and if anybody watches the Three Body Problem, it's a Netflix TV show, or read the book. It's about what happens if an aliens know that we're here. Would they bomb the world or destroy the world? Um, or perhaps, like, people have been arguing about this for quite a while. Are we the last? We haven't found any aliens, and I totally screwed this up, but it's just coming off the top of my head. If we haven't found any aliens, does that mean we're the last ones left, or does it mean we're the first species to have intelligent life out in the galaxy? So my question for you going into 2025 is, if we're the first species, or any species, who left the lights on? Bye-bye.